Welcome to Pod Me If You Can TV. Today's film, which is an obscure one with famous people in it, is Moment of Truth, which in the US was titled Don McKay. It's about a janitor, played by Thomas Hayden Church, and this film is directed by Jake Goldberger. Look, Thomas Hayden Church, Elizabeth Shue, Melissa Leo, sounds like a decent bunch of actors. It does. But you can tell a lot about a DVD by the trailers that precede it. And Luke Wilson in Tenure is all I'm going to say. If you want to find that, it's on YouTube. Watch the trailer for it. You will get a sense of what this movie is like as well. So Don McKay, high school janitor, hears that his ex-girlfriend, Elizabeth Shue, is terminally ill. He receives a letter from her. And he goes to see her, and it's basically a very flat, emotionless film. Thomas Hayden Church plays this janitor at the same exact level the entire time. It's very difficult for the audience to get into it. There's no, 86 minutes long, and he's basically expressionless the entire time. I don't know. It's something that happened in his character's life in the past. There was a fire that seems to have rendered him pretty useless to everybody. It's a tense atmosphere. Melissa Leo plays her kind of live-in carer because she has this terminal illness. And when he walks in the room, for the first time he walks into the doorway of the house, there's an axe hanging on the wall. She says, "You never know when you might need an axe," which is the worst foreshadowing ever for the end of this movie. I could not believe... I said, well, I bet that axe comes back into play, Lloyd. It's not going to be a surprise at all when it does. Oh boy. The late James Rebhorn plays her doctor, who's kind of creepy and checking her heartbeat a little bit too low, a little bit too close to the cleavage. He has kind of a crush on her. And so when Don spends the night, the first night he's there in the morning, the doctor, Dr. Price, and he's waiting to see what happened. So he comes outside, Don does, and he's confronted by the doctor, who says he's going to kill him. And then they start fighting to the point where they're trying to kill each other right there, straight away. This is 18 minutes into the film, the murder that basically creates this Hitchcockian kind of story. So he's got this body now he's got to dispose of because he kills James Rebhorn's character, Dr. Price. And he cleans up for a living because he's a janitor, so naturally he kind of cleans up the mess enough, gets rid of the body, but he just kind of dumps it in the backyard. It's self-defense, but there are no witnesses, so I guess he thinks they're not going to take him seriously, also because of the fire that happened when he was a kid. It's interesting because this body is not dealt with very well. He enlists a friend of his to try and get rid of the body, but then the body isn't there, they can't find it. They're just kind of casually... He doesn't seem bothered by the fact that he killed someone or that he can't find the body of the person he killed, which is a real annoying thing about this movie. Emmett Walsh, Pod Me If You Can TV favourite, appears as a taxi driver, Lloyd. It's always good to see when you're watching an Emmett Walsh film that it's going to wind up here on this podcast.
A Coen Brothers favourite.
It is. She's trying to push him into marriage, though you're not sure why. Watching the whole film, you're not sure why she wants to marry him so badly. She mentions it a lot. Elizabeth Shue comes off as really crazy in this film, partly because her character is kind of crazy, but also partly because I think her acting is all over the place. She's up and down, she's terminally ill, she's affected by the disease, she's not. You can guess that she's not terminally ill 20 minutes into this movie, or less. It's just the symptoms are all over the place. It's not a surprise. That's not even the big twist, by the way. I won't ruin the big twist of this film. It isn't even that big, just so you know. It's not the greatest film. It's very forgettable because I guess it's all a bunch of weirdness and confessions all on top of each other, the whole climax of this film. And the issue is it's about money. I won't say exactly the plot details, but the whole thing takes place because of an amount of $200,000, which in 2009 even is not a lot of money. He gets handed the axe at the end. I'm not going to ruin it, but it's not a surprise at all. The $200,000, I mean, Ocean's 11 was about $150 million, and that was in 2001, This is a small heist, $200,000, but it's too much involved in it. Lloyd, it's a difficult one to like. It's repackaged as Moment of Truth in Australia, as I said, Don McKay in the US, and I think the issue was with this film the reason you won't like it are because of the flat, tough to get into performance of Thomas Hayden Church. He's okay as Sandman. I mean, he's okay in Ned and Stacey. There's things he does well. Sideways.
Yeah,
Sideways
I thought he was brilliant in Sideways.
Very well, yeah. But this is a straight-to-DVD film, and the reason behind it, you can see the $4 price tag on this DVD as well.
And this is the only film the director has made as well. He was also the writer on this movie.
Yeah, look, you can see his influences. As I said, Alfred Hitchcock. It's got a lot of kind of eeriness where he picks up a photograph, or he's sneaking around the house looking at things. But it's one of those almost everything is a red herring, I suppose. Yeah, there is a big twist. I kind of want to say it now, but I also don't want to ruin this movie for people. So turn off now if you don't want to hear one of the big twists of this movie, and there are quite a few twists and turns. Here we go. You've been warned. Elizabeth Shue, the character of his ex-girlfriend Sunny, isn't Sunny because Sunny died in that fire when he was a kid. So this entire movie, he's been pretending and going along with her plan, knowing that she's not who she says she is. Right. The entire movie.
Right.
There you go. It's interesting because she's like, I want to marry you and stuff, and he's not saying, yeah, let's get married or anything, but he's going along with it all, trying to figure out what the heck is going on. There's one scene I did enjoy. It's where the doctor is dead, James Rebhorn's character, and she's on the phone. When he comes into the room, he says, who was that on the phone? And she says, oh, that was Dr. Price, but he's just killed Dr. Price. So you're like, who is really on the phone? Or what is she lying about? This one bit of tension that I think played out very nicely. But the rest of the film, ultimately very forgettable. Melissa Leo, I'll just say, has one of the best lines, and it's when they're gardening, and she plays it very creepy. She says a line about spilling seed in the house, referring to semen, but they're gardening, so it's about both sort of thing. A little play on words there. You can find more YouTube reviews from us at our YouTube channel. Follow the link below, and all the links at www.podmeifyoucan.com.